Good afternoon, students. I am Pradeep Hirapure, and today I am going to deliver my lecture on the topic Unit 2, Paper 1, MSc 3rd Sem. The topic is agrobacterium mediated gene transfer. In the previous lecture, we discussed about the physical as well as the chemical method by which we can transfer the DNA into the eukaryotic cell or bacteria. Okay, and today in this lecture I would like to explain the agrobacterium tumefaciens and agrobacterium rhizogenes, how helpful for the scientist as a genetic engineer, natural genetic engineer, to transfer our interested gene into the plant and for the production of transgenic plant in a laboratory. So dear students, first of all we are going to discuss about what is actually the transgene, what is actually the transgenic and transgenic plants. So whenever we try to transfer the gene into the plant, that gene known as a transgene. Okay, so the DNA sequence in which we are interested to transfer that DNA sequence into the plant or plant cells, that DNA sequence known as a transgene. And what is actually the transgenic? After successfully transfer the copy of gene in which we are interested into the plants, and from that plant cell we developed the whole organism that is known as a transgenic organism. It may be the cell, it may be the animal, or it may be the plant. Okay, if you want to transfer the copy of new gene into that particular cell, and from that cell, transform cell, when we develop the whole organism, that organism known as a transgenic. And what is actually the transgenic plant? So transgenic plant nothing but they are the plant that carry the stably integrated foreign gene, and this plant may also called as a transformed plant. Okay, तो यहाँ पे जो भी प्लांट सेल के अंदर में आपने डीएनए डाला और वो जीन वहाँ पे एक्सप्रेस होगा, और फ्रॉम दैट प्लांट सेल or plant tissue, when we develop the whole plant body, and that plant body known as a transgenic plants. Okay, so these are some terminologies related to the transgenic approach. Now dear students, just I want to recall the previous lecture in which we discuss about the how gene will be transferred into the eukaryotic cells. Okay, so there is a physical methods, chemical methods. Already we studied in a previous unit these chemical methods and physical method by which we can transfer the copy of gene into the new eukaryotic host cell. And there is a third, apart from this physical and chemical method, there is one more method, that is a biological method, in which we use the microorganism as a vector, and this microorganism able to transfer our gene into the plant cell, and that's why these techniques known as a biological method, in which we will discuss the agrobacterium tumefaciens, agrobacterium rhizogenes, and virus mediated. Okay, so in today's lecture I will cover these two, agrobacterium tumefaciens and agrobacterium rhizogene, how these two bacteria naturally able to transfer the tDNA of that bacteria plasmid into the plant cell. Okay, so I will explain you what is actually the TI plasmid and RI plasmid, what are the different types of genes or regions present on that TI plasmid or RI plasmid, and how the tDNA transfer into the plant cell, what is actually the mechanism behind that, I will explain you in this lecture. Now dear students, why the agrobacterium tumefaciens is useful in the plant bioengineering? Because the Agrobacterium is considered as a nature's genetic engineering, nature's genetic engineer, and the agrobacterium commonly found in soil, so it is a soil bacteria. And agrobacterium tumefaciens is a rod shaped gram negative bacteria found in the soil that causes tumors growth, termed as a crown gall. सो जब भी ये एग्रोबैक्टीरियम टूमेफेशियंस है, वो जब प्लांट को इन्फेक्ट करता है और अपना जो टीआई प्लाज्मिड है उसकी टीडीएनए की कॉपी वो प्लांट सेल में डालता है, और उसके वजह से वो प्लांट उस जगह पे प्लांट में क्राउन गॉल डिसीज होता है, मीन्स ट्यूमर लाइक स्ट्रक्चर फॉर्म होता है. तो इसीलिए दिस वन इज द नेचुरल फिनोमिना ऑफ एग्रोबैक्टीरियम स्पीसीज. सो द involvement of the bacteria in this disease was established by the Smith and Townsend in 1907. So when we going to discuss about the history of this agrobacterium mediated gene transfer, so the Smith and Townsend in 1907 he discovered that the bacteria able to cause the crown gall disease or tumor like structure in the plant, infected plant. And Brown and Stonier in 1958 proposed that not whole bacterium but some part of it caused the disease. Means the whole bacteria is not penetrate or transfer into the plant cell, but the part means this agrobacterium tumefaciens having a TI plasmid, and from that plasmid DNA there is a tDNA region, so that tDNA regions transfer into the plant cell, and that's why the crown gall disease actually developed in that infected plant. Then the Jenen and et al. In 1974 noted that the virulent strain Agrobacterium tumefaciens, and the Chilton et al. In 1977 reported that the TI and RI plasmid transfer to plant causing disease. So actually this agrobacterium having a two species, that is Agrobacterium tumefaciens and Agrobacterium rhizogenes. Okay, so Agrobacterium tumefaciens actually responsible to cause the crown gall disease or tumor into the plant, and whenever the Agrobacterium rhizogenes species infect to the plants and produce the hairy roots hairy roots in the infected plants. Okay, so when we going to discuss about the classification of this agrobacterium, so the agrobacterium comes under the kingdom bacteria and under phylum proteobacteria. Class is the alpha proteobacteria, order Rhizobialis, and family is the Rhizobiaceae, and the genus is the agrobacterium. Okay, so dear students, you can see here how this healthy plant is there, and this bluish colors known as a bacteria, soil bacteria. Okay, Agrobacterium tumefaciens. Okay, so whenever we create the wound at plant stem, so the wounded portions actually secrete some chemicals, phenolic compounds, that is acetosyringeon, and that acetosyringeon chemical act as a signal molecule for this Agrobacterium tumefaciens, and due to that this Agrobacterium tumefaciens are attracted toward the wound portions, and you can see here in the invagination by the Agrobacterium to the plant, and here the association in between the plant cell and your bacteria, and in these positions the bacteria Agrobacterium tumefaciens transfer the tDNA of its TI plasmid into the plant cell, and after that tDNA copy integrate into the plant chromosomal DNA and start to synthesize the kines and auxins hormones, which are responsible to form tumor growth into the infected plants. So at the bound portion you can see here, this one is the tumor actually formed due to the infection of Agrobacterium. Okay, so you can see here Agrobacterium tumefaciens act as a pathogen and useful tool for the genetic engineer in recombinant DNA technology. So these plants, these are the some tumors developed due to the infection of Agrobacterium tumefaciens. So Agrobacterium tumefaciens is a plant pathogen that induce tumors on about 60% of dicotyledonous angiosperms and gymnosperms, and its tumor inducing property also make it a valuable tool for the introducing gene into the plant for research and agriculture purpose. So who first of all identify the crown gall disease? So the first written record of crown gall disease on grapes dated from 1853, and Fridiano Cabra in 1897 found that a bacterium, Agrobacterium tumefaciens, caused the crown gall disease in grapes. So you can see here, this one is the grapes plants, and these are the crown gall diseases developed due to the infection of Agrobacterium tumefaciens. Okay, so crown gall induces the growth at wound site and severely limits the crop yield and growth vigors. In 1907, crown gall is caused by a bacteria who discovered the Evelyn Smith and C.O. Townsend is isolated a bacterium species from the gall region of crown gall disease, and when inoculated onto the other plants, there also the crown gall disease actually developed or produced. This type of phenomena observed by the scientists in 1907. Unusual compounds called opines are found in many crown gall disease. So whenever this Agrobacterium tumefaciens actually infect to the plant cell and able to form a tumor like structure in a wound portion of the plant, so simultaneously whatever the tDNA actually transfer into the plant cell, so there is some genes is responsible to synthesize the opines molecule. So that opines molecule act as a food or energy source for the bacterium. Okay, so actually the TI plasmid having that type of genes in a tDNA region, and whenever the bacteria associated with the wound portion of that plant and that bacteria transfer the tDNA of TI plasmid, and if that so there is a genes which vary in terms of the chemical components. So the some Agrobacterium tumefaciens is able to synthesize the octopines, and some bacteria able to synthesize the nopalin, and depending upon what type of opines actually able to synthesize that bacterial species, classify into the two types, octopine Agrobacterium tumefaciens strains and nopalin Agrobacterium tumefaciens. So Agrobacterium induce the gall do not require the bacterial persistence. So the Armin C. Brown in he observed that whenever the crown gall disease actually developed due to the infection of Agrobacterium tumefaciens, and from that tumor cells, when we isolates and grow into the MS medium in a plant tissue culture laboratory, so there is no need to add any phytohormones, and there is no any requirement of the Agrobacterium species because already the agrobacterium species transfer its tDNA into the cell, and whatever the tumor actually forms, so in each cell of tumor having a tDNA copy, and that tDNA copy is responsible to synthesize the phytohormones itself, and that's why there is a no need to add externally the phytohormones, and the cell isolated from the tumor is indefinitely divide and produce the number of populations. Okay, so crown gall tissue can grow indefinitely without exogenous phytohormones. So already I explained in a previous slide. So suppose this one is the crown gall, and this one is the normal plant tissue cannot live indefinitely in the hormone premise. जिसमें आपका क्राउन गॉल डिसीज नहीं हुआ है, वैसे प्लांट का टिश्यू सपोज आप न्यूट्रिएंट मीडियम में ग्रो करते हो, एमएस मीडियम में इन लेबोरेटरी, तो वो जो है वो इंडेफिनाइट मैनर के लिए वो हार्मोन फ्री मीडियम में ग्रो नहीं हो सकता, उसका डिवीजन नहीं होता है. लेकिन वेन एवर वी टॉकिंग अबाउट द क्राउन गॉल, सो ये जो ट्यूमर है उस ट्यूमर का कोई सेल्स जब वो आइसोलेट करते हैं और वो आप न्यूट्रिएंट मीडियम में डालते हो, उसमें भी फाइटोहार्मोन्स नहीं रहेगा, फिर भी ये जो सेल्स हैं वो सेल्स रेडी टू डिवाइड इंडेफिनाइट मैनर. तो यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हैं कि ये क्राउन गॉल टिश्यू ग्रो वेल विदाउट एडिंग द हार्मोन्स, एंड नॉर्मल प्लांट टिश्यू ग्रो and survive when auxin and cytokinin are added to the medium. So for the cell division purpose of the normal tissue, it required the phytohormones, but the cells isolated from the crown gall tumors, they are not required any hormones externally. So because this crown gall tissue having ability to synthesize itself auxin and cytokinin, and high level of auxin and cytokinins are found in the gall tissue, and that's why they are reproduce indefinitely, and it is possible for the cell to acquire the capacity for autonomous growth as a result of permanent activation of the growth substance synthesizing systems. Now dear students, when we are going to discuss about the structure and functions of TI plasmid, so that agrobacterium tumefaciens having the plasmid, that plasmid known as a TI plasmid. Why? Because this plasmid is responsible to induce the tumor in the plant cell, infected plant cell, and that's why this plasmid known as a TI plasmid. T stands for tumor and I stands for the inducing. तो ट्यूमर इंड्यूसिंग प्लाज्मिड इसको बोलते हैं. आप यहाँ पे देख सकते हैं अलग अलग इम्पॉर्टेंट जो रीजन है, कि यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हैं कि वायरुलेंट जीन है या वायरुलेंट रीजन है, तो उसको ही अपन वीर जीन्स बोलते हैं. यहाँ पे रेड कलर का आप देख सकते हैं कि यहाँ पे ये tDNA है. मिस एक्चुअली मैं अभी तक बता रहा था कि जो tDNA ट्रांसफ़र होता है, सो आपका बैक्टीरिया जो है एग्रोबैक्टीरियम tumefaciens ओनली ट्रांसफर दिस रीजन, रेड रीजन, ओके, इनटू द प्लांट सेल, एंड व्हाट आर द जीन्स एक्चुअली प्रेजेंट इन T रीजन आई विल एक्सप्लेन ऑन नेक्स्ट स्लाइड. So these are the some important reasons having in the TI plasmid. So the transfer DNA means tDNA moves into the plant cell nucleus, and it is flanked by two direct 25U base pair repeats border sequence shows as yellow triangles. तो यहाँ पे ये जो tDNA के जो फ्लैंकिंग रीजन है वो येलो कलर से इंडिकेट किया हुआ है, और ये जो रीजन होता है मीन्स बॉर्डर बोल सकते हैं अपन, tDNA का फ्लैंकिंग रीजन में बॉर्डर रहता है, और दैट बॉर्डर जो है वो 25 बेस पेयर का होता है. और आपका ये जो tDNA जो है वो tDNA भी वैरी करता है फ्रॉम स्पेसीज टू स्पेसीज. ओके, and the organization of TI plasmid varies between isolates, but all carry one or more tDNA region and one वीर रीजन. सो आपको यहाँ पे इतना ध्यान में रखना है कि इम्पॉर्टेंट रीजन कौन से, वीर रीजन है, tDNA है. ओके, now we will going to discuss about the detailed structure of TI plasmid. यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हैं कि TI plasmid में क्या क्या होता है. Okay, so dear students, in whenever we going to talking about the TI plasmids, so the virulent strain of Agrobacterium tumefaciens harbor large plasmid, and it is vary from 140 to 235 kilobase pair, and it is known as a tumor inducing plasmid, means TI plasmid, and involving element like tDNA, Vir regions, origin of replications, and regions enabling the conjugative transfer, and OCAT regions required for the catabolism. सो आप यहाँ पे देख सकते हैं कि ये जो यहाँ से लेफ्ट बॉर्डर है, राइट बॉर्डर है. सो ये लेफ्ट एंड राइट बॉर्डर जो है वो 25 बेस पेयर का होता है, और यहाँ से एक्चुअली आपका TDNA बनता है या TDNA का रीजन है. ओके, सो TDNA रीजन जो है फ्लैंकिंग विद द लेफ्ट बॉर्डर एंड राइट बॉर्डर. और यहाँ पे कौन से रीजन्स होते हैं, देखो कि जो जीन्स इज रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर द ऑक्सिन, जीन इज रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर द साइटोकाइनिन, and gene is responsible to synthesize the opines. Okay, so in tDNA regions there is a 3 important genes is there, genes responsible for the auxin, cytokinin and opine. Okay, and these regions are known as a oncogenic genes. Okay, means due to the presence of these genes, whenever the Agrobacterium tumefaciens transfer this tDNA into the plant cell, there is a rapid multiplications and form tumors. Okay, and that growth is considered as a cancerous growth in a plant, and that's why these regions known as a oncogenic genes. Okay, apart from this, there is a virulent genes. So whenever the bacteria try to infect to the plant cell, at that time this virulent genes is responsible. ये जो virulent genes है यहाँ पे virulent A, D1, D2, E, B, ऐसे काफ़ी अलग अलग genes होते हैं located in, and collectively that region known as a virulent genes. Okay, so ये जो वायरुलेंट जीन्स है वो एक्चुअली कॉपी ऑफ tDNA जो ट्रांसफ़र होता है प्लांट सेल में, वो मैकेनिज्म में इन्वॉल्व होते हैं उसको ट्रांसफ़र करने के लिए. और यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हैं कि ये ओराई सीक्वेंस है. सो ओराई सीक्वेंस इज रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर द रिप्लिकेशंस पर्पज. ओके, and there is one more reason, that is opine catabolism. Okay, so जब भी ये tDNA प्लांट सेल के अंदर में जाएगा तो बैक्टीरिया उस समय प्लांट सेल को एसोसिएटेड रहता है. ओके, और वहाँ पे सर्वाइव करने के लिए उसको एनर्जी की ज़रूरत है. अभी ये जो एग्रोबैक्टीरियम टुमेफेशियन या सॉइल बैक्टीरिया है, लेकिन जब प्लांट का वाउंड पोर्शन होता है वहाँ जब इन्फेक्ट करता है तब उस जगह पे उसको सर्वाइव करने के लिए जो फूड मटेरियल की ज़रूरत होती है वो फूड मटेरियल अभी तो सॉइल से नहीं ले सकता, तो वहाँ पे वो खुद का फूड मटेरियल सिंथेसाइज कर सकता है बाय ट्रांसफरिंग द tDNA इनटू दी प्लांट्स. तो प्लांट सेल में एक्चुअली ओपाइंस सिंथेसाइज होते हैं, एंड दैट ओपाइंस यूटिलाइज बाय द एग्रोबैक्टीरियम टुमेफेशियंस एज ए फूड मटेरियल फॉर द एनर्जी लेवल, एंड दैट्स व्हाई दिस एग्रोबैक्टीरियम tumefaciens having this plasmid, and in that plasmid there is one genes, that is opine catabolisms. Okay, so these are the some genes which are responsible to consume the opines which are already synthesized by the plant cells. Okay, after infections. So this is actually the structure of TI plasmid. Now we going to discuss about the tDNA regions which is responsible for the tumor inducing genes and opine synthesis genes. So whenever this one is the plant cell and this one is the bacterial plasmid, so out of which the only tDNA regions, okay, right border with the right border and left border, this tDNA copy will be produced, and that copy of the tDNA region, single stranded tDNA regions transfer into the plant cell. After what happen actually when the tDNA actually transfer into the plant cell. So plant cell के अंदर में tDNA आने के बाद actually उस tDNA रीजन में तीन ये थे ना, ओपाइन रीजन था, मीन्स ओपाइन सिंथेसाइज करने के लिए, जो कि फूड मटेरियल है एग्रोबैक्टीरियम का, और प्लांट सेल इटसेल्फ अगेन ट्राई टू सिंथेसाइज द ऑक्सीन. Okay, so because the tDNA having one region is responsible for the oxygen synthesis, and simultaneously cytokinin synthesis also carried out inside the plant, and that's why these two are the phytohormones, and due to the synthesis of this oxygen and cytokinin, that plant cells rapidly can divide and produce the tumor or tumor like structures. Okay. Now dear students, when we are going to discuss about the actual mechanism of tDNA transfer into the plant cells. Okay, so what happened, you can see here, this one is the agrobacterium cell or agrobacterium tumefaciens. Okay, and this one is the plant cells. Okay, so you can see here, this one is the nucleus of the plant cell, and this one is the plasmid, Ti plasmid of the bacteria. So whenever the in any plant, if there is a wound is created, so from the wounded portion the some chemical phenolic compounds actually secreted by that wounded portion of the plant, and you can see here in the step 1, and that is actually the step 1, means if the wound is created in the plant, so from that wound region there is a secretion of the phenolic compound, that is a acetosyringone. Okay, so that acetosyringones phenolic compounds secreted by the wound portion of that plants, and you can see here this orange color dotted compound, nothing but the acetosyringone molecule. Okay, and that acetosyringone molecule act as a signal molecule for the activations of the Vir gene of agrobacterium. Okay, so you can see here after in the first step the wound portion of that plant secrete the some phenolic compound which is acetosyringone, और उसके बाद क्या होता है कि यहाँ पे जो एग्रोबैक्टीरियम के सेल वॉल है उसमें प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन और सेल वॉल में वीर ए और वीर G2 जो कॉम्प्लेक्स है वो वहाँ पे रहता है. ओके, और ये क्या होता है कि जो भी फिनोलिक कंपाउंड सीक्रेट किया हुआ है प्लांट ने, वो फिनोलिक कंपाउंड एज ए सिग्नल मॉलिक्यूल होता है, और वो सिग्नल के थ्रू ये वीर ए जो है वो रिसीव करता है वो सिग्नल, एंड वीर ए जो है वीर G2 को एक्टिवेट करता है, मीन्स फास्फोरिलेट करता है. सो द वीर G2 जो है फास्फोरिलेट होने के वजह से वीर G2 जो है वो ट्रांसक्रिप्शनल फैक्टर है, और ट्रांसक्रिप्शनल एक्टिवेशन फैक्टर होने के वजह से whenever the Vir2G2 phosphorylated means in an active state, it is responsible to synthesize the various genes which are located in the Vir regions. Okay, and simultaneously there is a Vir genes actually start to synthesize its own product, and there is a different types of protein product developed from the Vir regions, and in the Vir region there is a expressions of Vir G actually. So Vir A actually act as a kinase and present in inner bacterial membrane, and that A is this A is receive the signal from this phenolic compound, and it released by the wounded plant cells, and this signaling molecule act as a chemotactic attractant for the agrobacterium, and this is followed by the recognition by bacterial Vir A and Vir G2 compound signal transduction systems. Okay, after that what happened, after that the formations of tDNA actually carried out, means this G2 whenever the G2 actually activated, and that G2 activate to the Vir-G. Okay, so all the Vir-G Vir regions proteins actually synthesize, and there is a formation of tDNA. So how, when we talking about the formation of tDNA, how will this tDNA actually form inside the agrobacterium? Okay, so you can see here, this one is the Vir gene and this one is the tDNA. Okay, so whenever the Vir gene is expressed, so then that Vir D1 and Vir D2 is form a complex, and these proteins actually synthesized from the Vir genes, and these proteins are this complex of D1 and D2. D1 and D2 border specific endonucleases and recognize the left and right borders, means ये जो D1 D2 का कॉम्प्लेक्स है वो आपके tDNA के लेफ्ट और राइट बॉर्डर को रिकॉग्नाइज करता है. ओके, एंड Vir D2 induce the signal strand nicks. ओके, सो यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हैं कि जब भी ये रिकॉग्नाइज करेगा लेफ्ट और राइट बॉर्डर को ये कॉम्प्लेक्स, एंड इट इंड्यूस द सिग्नल्स for the synthesis of for the formation of nick, single stranded nick in this tDNA. Okay, and and simultaneously the Vir D2 induce signals single stranded nick and in TI plasmid, causing the release of single stranded tDNA. So you can see here that this one is the single stranded tDNA actually generated from this tDNA by the utilizing Vir D2 and D1, and Vir D2 then attaches to the 5' end of the displaced single stranded DNA, forming an immature T complex. So यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हैं कि यहाँ पे जो Vir D2 है ये बाइंड होता है सिंगल स्टैंडर्ड DNA को, और फिर ये जो D2 स्ट्रैंड्स हो जाने के बाद एक्चुअल फिर ये जो tDNA सिंथेसाइज हुआ एग्रोबैक्टीरियम के अंदर में, सो वो tDNA आपके प्लांट सेल के अंदर में जाके इंटीग्रेट कैसे होता है. ओके, सो आप यहाँ पे देख सकते हैं कि यहाँ पे इसके अलावा यहाँ पे Vir B एंड Vir D4 है. सो एक्चुअली दिस Vir B एंड Vir D4 also synthesized from this Vir regions. Okay, and form a complex, and that complex Vir B and Vir D4 actually involve in the formation of pillars in between, or channels in between the plant cells and bacterial cells. Okay, and the transfer of tDNA to the plant cell is mediated by the type 4 secretion systems composed of protein encoded by the Vir B and Vir D4 that forms a conjugative pillars, and Vir D4 serve as a linker that help into the interactions of the processed tDNA and Vir D2 complex with the Vir B encoded pillars, and other Vir genes Vir E2 and Vir E3, Vir F and Vir D5 also pass through these T pillars to aid in the assembly of tDNA and Vir protein complex in the plant cytoplasm, forming a mature T complex. Okay, so through these channels the copy of tDNA actually transfer into the plant cells. Okay, and after that some protein factors, Vir protein factors also comes inside the plant cells, and this after that this T copy of tDNA convert into the mature tDNA and transfer into the nucleoplasm, and inside the nucleoplasm this copy of tDNA integrated into the plant chromosomal material. Okay, and after that after the integrations that T regions actually start to synthesize the auxin and cytokinin and opines. Okay, and due to the continuous synthesis of auxin and cytokinin, this plant cell rapidly divide and form a tumor, and simultaneously inside the plant cell the opines also start to synthesize, and that opine utilized by this agrobacterium as a food material, and that opines actually catabolized by this agrobacterium due to the presence of opine catabolism region in the TI plasmid. Okay, so this is actually the actual mechanism of how agrobacterium tumefaciens responsible to transfer the tDNA of TI plasmid into the plant cells, and how that tDNA integrated into the plant chromosomal DNA, and after the integration how the plant cell is reproduced and form a crown gall disease or tumor like structure in the wound portion. Now dear students, whenever we are talking about the mode of actions of agrobacterium tumefaciens, so there is two key events actually occur, and first one is the plant begin to divide and form tumors. Okay, already I explained, means tDNA अंदर जाने के बाद क्रोमोसोम में वो इंटीग्रेट होता है, और क्रोमोसोमल डीएनए के साथ इंटीग्रेट होने के बाद उसका फिर ट्रांसक्रिप्शन होगा, और ट्रांसलेशन होके वहाँ पे जो जीन्स थे tDNA में, ऑक्सीन, साइटोकाइनिन एंड ओपाइन, ये सारे कंपाउंड्स वहाँ पे सिंथेसाइज होंगे प्लांट सेल के अंदर में, एंड ड्यू टू दैट द फॉर्मेशन ऑफ ट्यूमर इन द बाउंड पोर्शन ऑफ द प्लांट. The second event actually that they begin to synthesize an arginine derivative called as opines, and this opines is used as an energy source by infecting bacteria, agrobacterium tumefaciens. So dear students, you can observe the TI plasmid. Okay, how this TI plasmid we use to transfer our interested region. Okay, so you can see here in the T regions, this left border and right border is essential, and within this tDNA, that tDNA portion means the gene is responsible for the auxin, and gene is responsible for the opines, and gene is responsible for the cytokinin. So this tDNA is we can replace by the our interested regions. Okay, so यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हैं कि जो इंटरेस्टेड रीजन है वो आपने लेफ्ट और राइट बॉर्डर के बीच में आपने डाल दिया है. ओके, तो इस तरह से सपोज आप करते हैं तो आपका इंटरेस्टेड जीन जो है वो आप प्लांट में डाल सकते हैं विद द हेल्प ऑफ एग्रोबैक्टीरियम तुमेफेसिएंस. ओके, सो यहाँ पे बोला है कि ट्यूमर इंड्यूसिंग एंड ओपाइन सिंथेसिस जीन ऑन tDNA कैन बी रिप्लेस्ड बाय द जीन ऑफ इंटरेस्ट एंड सिलेक्टेबल मार्कर. सो आपको यहाँ पे एक सिलेक्टेबल मार्कर भी रखना जरूरी है आप इंटरेस्टेड जीन के सीक्वेंस के साथ. ओके, सो इन दिस वे वी कैन प्रिपेयर द कंस्ट्रक्ट by using the recombinant DNA technology, and then that constructs join in the TI plasmids, and then that plasmid actually present inside the agrobacterium, and then that agrobacterium allowed to infect to the plant cell, and with this mechanism your interested genes and selectable marker regions actually successfully transfer into the plant. This is dear students, this is the schematic representation how will you produce the transgenic plant by using the agrobacterium mediated gene transfer. So you can see here, this one is the agrobacterium tumefaciens and having a TI plasmid, that TI plasmid having a tDNA. Okay, and that tDNA having the restriction sites. Okay, so with the help of restriction sites we can cleave the tDNA, and that tDNA in that portion there is an insertion of our target regions or our target genes or interested genes, and in this way we can prepare the recombinant TI plasmid, and then that recombinant recombinant TI plasmid insert into the agrobacterium tumefaciens by using the competent cell preparations. Already I explained you how the recombinant DNA or naked DNA transfer into the bacterial cell. So that is called as a DNA uptake by the bacterial cell. So same that procedure we have to follow to transfer the recombinant TI plasmid into the agrobacterium, and after that that agrobacterium and the host plant cells co-incubated, and during the incubation period your agrobacterium tumefaciens can infect to the wounded portions of the plant and transfer the copy of tDNA. और ये tDNA वो बैक्टीरिया को नहीं पता कि अपन ने उसका tDNA जो है वो चेंज किया हुआ है। बैक्टीरिया को लगता है कि ये मेरा tDNA है, लेकिन अपन ने वो tDNA रीजन में अपना इंटरेस्ट का रीजन डाला हुआ है, और बैक्टीरिया जो है उसको लगता है कि ये मेरा tDNA, और जो नेचुरल फिनोमिना है एग्रोबैक्टीरियम का, उस फिनोमिना से ये tDNA की कॉपी जो है प्लांट सेल के अंदर में डाल देती है। ओके, एग्रोबैक्टीरियम। लेकिन जब ये ऐसे डालेंगे तो अपना जो इंटरेस्टेड रीजन है वो भी इसमें चला जाएगा, क्योंकि अपन ने tDNA के बीच में अपने रखा था। तो इन दिस वे after that our interested genes actually integrated into the plant chromosomal DNA, and then there is a transcription and translation occur, and in this way the expression of our target gene into the plant cells start, and in this way we can develop the whole plant with the new trait or new genes, that is known as a transgenic plant. Okay, now dear students, we're going to discuss about the TI plasmid based vectors. Okay, so whenever we're going to discuss about the TI plasmid based vectors, so there is a three types of vectors developed from the TI plasmid. Okay, so first one is the disarmed vector, second one is the co-integrate vector, and third one is the binary vector. So how we are going to discuss about each one. सो यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हैं कि दिस इज़ द डिसआर्म टीआई वेक्टर। तो इस डिसआर्म टीआई वेक्टर में क्या हुआ है आप देख सकते हैं कि एक लेफ्ट बॉर्डर है और यह राइट बॉर्डर है, और इसका जो tDNA का रीजन था, मीन्स ऑक्सीन, साइटोकाइन एंड ओपाइंस कोडिंग वाला जो रीजन था, वो tDNA का रीजन जो है अपन किससे रिप्लेस किया, PBR332, PBR332 से यहाँ पे रिप्लेस किया है। ओके, और बाकी तो वीर पोजीशन पे है। यहाँ पे जो कैटाबोलिज्म वाला जीन्स था वो भी पोर्शन अपन ने हटा दिया, और एक्चुअली द डिसआर्म टीआई वेक्टर डेवलप्ड बाय द joining of PBR332 with a TI plasmid, and that PBR332 region is replaced by the tDNA. Okay, so this is actually the disarmed vectors. Okay, so TI plasmid is a natural vector for genetically engineering plant cells due to its ability to transfer the tDNA from the bacterial cell to the plant genome, but wild type TI plasmid are not suitable as a vector due to the presence of oncogene in a tDNA, and that cause the tumor growth in a recipient plant cells. For efficient plant regenerations, vector with disarmed tDNA are used by making it non-oncogenic, and means when we replace this this tDNA region with the PBR, so whenever this plasmid utilized for the development of transgenic, so at that time this copy of tDNA can transfer. So there is absence of auxin coding gene, opine coding gene, and cytokinin coding genes, so that's why there is no any tumor formations in the infected or recipient plant cells. Okay, and for the efficient plant regeneration, vector with disarmed tDNA are used by making it non-oncogenic by deleting all its oncogenic regions, and already I explained you in previous slide. There is these tDNA regions known as a oncogene region, so that oncogene totally replaced by the new sequence, and the foreign DNA is inserted between the right border and left border, and then integrate into the plant's genome without causing tumor, and no tumor cell formations takes place when modified tDNA is transferred from Agrobacterium tumefaciens, and the evidence of transfer is done by screening cells for nopalin productions. Okay, सो ड्रॉबैक्स इसका अपन देखते हैं कि इसके ड्रॉबैक्स क्या है ये डिसआर्म टीआई वेक्टर के. So there is a several drawbacks are associated with the disarm TI vector system as systems. Necessity to carry out the enzymatic assay on all the potential transforms. So वहाँ पे enzymatic assay perform करना जरूरी है. This one is the disadvantages of this disarm vector. Then second drawbacks is not convenient as experimental gene vector due to the large size. जब ये लार्ज साइज का सपोज यूज़ करते हैं उसमें इंसर्शन, तो वो एक्सपेरिमेंट मीन्स लेबोरेटरी में वो काम नहीं करता है. एंड थर्ड वन इज़ द डिफ़िकल्टी इन विट्रो मैनिपुलेशंस. ये एक ड्रॉबैक्स है. एंड absence of unique restriction sites in tDNA. These are some drawbacks of this TI plasmid based disarm vector. Okay. So there is a several approaches are employed to overcome the limitations associated with this disarm TI vectors, and transform plants cells can be identified on the basis of drug or herbicide resistance by inserting the selectable marker. Now we are going to discuss about the co-integrate vectors. So you can see here this one is the Vir gene एंड दिस वन इज़ द फॉरेन डीएनए. यहाँ पे आप इंसर्ट कर सकते हैं और यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हो को इंटीग्रेट जो वेक्टर है, तो उस वो को इंटीग्रेट वेक्टर्स आर द डिलेशन डेरिवेटिव ऑफ टीआई प्लाज्मिड का वो डिलेशंस करके, जैसा अपन डिसआर्म टीआई प्लाज्मिड वेक्टर देखा तो ये डिसआर्म वाला है. और आप यहाँ पे देख सकते हैं इंटरमीडिएट वेक्टर कंटेनिंग फॉरेन डीएनए, तो यहाँ पे आप फॉरेन डीएनए डालोगे और इन दोनों को जब अपन ज्वाइन करेंगे तो ये को इंटीग्रेट वेक्टर बनेगा. होमोलॉगस रिकॉम्बिनेशन से वो ज्वाइन हो जाएगा. सो in this vector the DNA to be introduced into the plant transformations vector and is subcloned in a conventional Escherichia coli plasmid vector for easy manipulations and producing intermediate vectors. Okay, and these vectors are incapable of replication in Agrobacterium tumefaciens and also lack of conjugation functions, and transfer is achieved using the triparental matting in which three bacterial strains are mixed together. So you can see here in the co-integrated vector system maintain of the recombinant tDNA is depends on the recombination which can be enhanced by extensive homology between the two plasmid TI plasmid PGV3850 and दूसरा जो प्लाज्मिड है ये वाला, so carrying a segment of PBR332 backbone in the tDNA. Okay, so this is all about the co-integrate vectors. So you can insert our foreign DNA into the this plasmid, and then these two plasmid allow for the recombinations, and this region or this region common region, and that's why the new vector DNA will be formed, and that is called as a co-integrated vector TI plasmid based. Then dear students, we are going to discuss about the binary vector systems. So in these binary vector systems we need to have two plasmid DNA. So you can see here this one is the first plasmid with Vir gene but without DNA. Okay, so यहाँ पे tDNA नहीं रहेगा, सिर्फ ये प्लाज्मिड में वीर जीन रहेंगे. ओके, और दूसरा एक प्लाज्मिड अपने को तैयार करना पड़ेगा कि जिसमें आप LB बॉर्डर और राइट बॉर्डर और tDNA रहेगा और सिलेक्टेबल मार्कर रहेगा. ओके, और ये प्लाज्मिड कैरिंग tDNA containing LB and RB called right border and left border called mini TI or micro TI can be subcloned in a small E. coli plasmid for easy manipulation, and the tDNA of mini Ti can be introduced into the agrobacterium strain carrying Ti plasmid, from which the tDNA have been removed but contain Vir genes. Okay, and the Vir genes functions in trans, causing transfer of the recombinant DNA to the plant genome. So in binary vector systems we require the two plasmid vectors. ओके, सो इन मीन्स एक प्लाज्मिड में आपके सिर्फ वीर जीन रहेंगे जो कि एग्रोबैक्टीरियम से सेल से tDNA की कॉपी प्लांट सेल में ट्रांसफ़र करने के लिए मदद करता है. सो ये वीर रीजन एक प्लाज्मिड DNA पे रहेंगे और दूसरे प्लाज्मिड DNA में LB बॉर्डर के साथ tDNA भी है. ओके, सो ये tDNA जो है वो अपन सपोज रिप्लेस कर लेते हैं इंटरेस्टेड जीन, इसके जगह पे इंटरेस्टेड जीन डाल देते हैं और इस तरह से ये रिकॉम्बिनेंट DNA बनाएंगे और ये भी, और ये दोनों के दोनों जो है बैक्टीरियल सेल के अंदर में डालेंगे और फिर क्या होगा कि उसमें बैक्टीरिया जो है वो वीर जीन होने के वजह से वो तो थ्रू दैट मैकेनिज्म the bacteria are able to transfer the copy of tDNA, but in this tDNA is replaced by our interested region and in this way we can transfer the tDNA or interested genes into the plant cell by using the binary vector, Ti based binary vectors. Now dear students, when we are talking about the productions of genetically modified plants, so well-known example is Bacillus thuringiensis express the Bt toxins. So you can see here this bollworm actually voracious feeder, and the bacterial Bacillus thuringiensis bacteria having the gene that is a CRY1 gene, and that CRY1 gene able to produce the crystalline protein. Okay, so this is the crystalline protein. So whatever the plant we develop, transgenic plant developed by transferring the CRY1 gene into that, so the leaf is there, and the inside the leaf there is a crystalline protein actually expressed due to the CRY1 genes, and whenever the bollworm actually start to engulf this leaves, so at that time this crystalline protein actually rupture its neck portions, throat, and due to that the bollworm unable to feed further, and due to the weakened, this bollworm fall on the soil. Okay, in this way the production of genetically modified plants we can develop with the help of transferring interested genes using agrobacterium tumefaciens. And dear students, in this unit one more point, that is agrobacterium rhizogenes. So this agrobacterium rhizogenes and agrobacterium tumefaciens both are utilized in plant genomic research or plant recombinant DNA technology for the production of transgenic plants. Okay, so already I explained about the agrobacterium tumefaciens. So agrobacterium tumefaciens having a Ti plasmid, and that's why that bacteria whenever infect to the plant cell, that bacteria is responsible to cause the crown gall disease or tumor into the plant cell. But this is the another species, that is the agrobacterium rhizogenes, and this whenever this agrobacterium rhizogenes infect to the plants with the same mechanism like agrobacterium tumefaciens transfer the tDNA. Here also agrobacterium rhizogenes consist the one plasmid, and that plasmid known as a RI plasmid, that is the root inducing plasmid. Okay, and here also the Vir gene is there, then there is a tDNA, and inside the tDNA there is some genes which is responsible to induce the hairy roots, okay, in the infected plant. So this is all about the agrobacterium rhizogenes. With the help of agrobacterium rhizogenes also we can transfer our interested gene into the plants, and both the agrobacterium rhizogenes as well as the agrobacterium tumefaciens, both the bacteria we can utilize in a laboratory to transfer our recombinant DNA into the plant cell or any other cells, plant cells, and for the development of transgenic plants. Okay, so thank you.